Good morning. This is Mornings with Michael for informational and educational purposes only. Uh, let's get to the heat map or the chill map today, as we say. Got a lot of sea of red as the 10-year bond continues to rise. Some energy and industrials are up. Walmart is up a little bit on its earnings, and some healthcare is rising. So that's kind of the ugliness of our heat map today. Once again, if you don't want to worry about that sort of thing, the annuity is your best bet. Right now, this is up here and it's trending down. Meanwhile, the annuity stepped up, holds that step, and it'll go up another step, it'll hold that step. And as you can see, it beats the indexes by about 5%. So let's go to our news. Our news, pulling it up right here. So Bloomin' Brands, BLMN, shares rise after Wall Street Journal reports that the activist investor Starboard Value has bought more than 5% stake in the owner of Outback Steakhouse. Estee Lauder, EL Q4 adjusted EPS 7 cents versus estimate loss of 4 cents. Express EXPR Q2 preliminary net sales Farfetch FTCH Q2 adjusted EPS loss 21 cents versus estimate 42 cents. Red Robin Gourmet RRGB Q2 adjusted EPS 24 cents versus estimate 54-cent loss. Ross Stores ROST Q2 EPS $1.32 tops consensus of $1.16 earnings. Deere DE Q3 EPS $10.20 beats consensus of $8.20. Hawaiian Electric said it's suspending bills for 18,000 customers in affected areas, said power restored to more than 80% of Maui customers, said in seeking advice from various experts as part of prudent scenario planning, said goal is not to restructure company, but to endure as financially strong utility. Hawaiian Electric, HE, upgraded to equal weight from underweight at Wells Fargo. Portland General Electric, POR, upgraded to buy from neutral at Guggenheim. Financials, Alexandria Real Estate, ARE, CFO steps down for family health reasons. Medical Properties Trust, MPW, announced that it has sold $105 million of its interest in Steward Healthcare Systems. And WeWork, WE, to proceed with 1-for-40 reverse stock split. And Technology, Media, and Telecom, Applied Materials, AMAT, Q3 adjusted EPS $1.90 versus $1.74. Bill Holdings, BILL, Q4 adjusted EPS 59 cents versus estimate 41 cents. Globant, GLOB, Q2 adjusted EPS $1.36 versus estimate $1.35. Keysight Technology, KEYS, Q3 adjusted EPS $2.19 versus $2.04. And finally, Appfolio, APPF, announced a plan to reduce its workforce by nearly 9% or 149 employees. So let's go to our screens. Find the US dollar is pretty close to flat for the day, up slightly, up 2 cents. Silver is pretty flat as well. It tried to bounce yesterday, got rejected, and just kind of watch that. Gold is pretty flat as well, up slightly, up 31 cents. Here's where all the problems are. The 10-year bond, it's actually pulling back right now. Looks like it's filled this gap from yesterday. 80% of gaps fill and then return to the average. So we'll see if this comes off now. 20-year bond is pulling back as well. Hasn't helped the S&P 500 any though. And it slightly helped the NASDAQ as it's on its high of the day, even though it's down 0.5%. It was down nearly 1% earlier. Let's look at the volatility index. It's spiked. It's at the top of its range. We'll see if it can break out above this 200-day moving average. It's up above its 10, 20, and 50-day moving average. It's got quite a jump from 15 now up to 1858. Dow Jones is now below its 50-day moving average. IWM is actually bouncing off of its small caps. They're bouncing off the 200-day moving average. So this is a best index of the day, but as you can see, it's really sold off hard. Financials, they're down. We got our energy is up slightly. Oil prices are pretty flat after their big rise the other day. They sold off, popped up a little bit yesterday, and that's that. Let's see, technology continues to pull back. And communication services, Google, Facebook, Meta, this sector is gapping down, had been a leader. Our building materials pulls back to its 200-day. Infrastructure index is pulling back as well. Semiconductor index continues to fall. So does the airlines. Metals, they were bouncing yesterday, and now they're pulling back under their 50-day. Housing index with the bond yield dropping is bouncing a little bit here. So we'll just see where we can get a good bid in these indexes. Industrials are up slightly. Healthcare sector index is down. Consumer staples are bouncing, although we've had a long turn down. Look at our biotech index, and it's off. So first I'm going to take a look at a couple of stocks that we looked at a little over a week ago. Looks like one is down slightly, right under its 50-day moving average, pulled back. It's up slightly today. Yesterday it sold off 45 cents. Volume is pretty light. And the other one had a big surge yesterday. Pretty tight action. And look at this volume over here. Some professional money manager had put in a buy. It's off about 29 cents, but yesterday surged from 21 to 26.85. Slight pullback to 26.02 today. The blue bars are starting to accumulate over here. We did have one red bar, and looks like we're going to have a red bar today. See if it can get above this 200-day moving average. But this tight action just gives me a lot of faith here. We'll see on GLSI if they can get back above here. Now let's go see where professional money managers are moving their money. First, in the news, Elon Musk announced that SpaceX got rid of all of their Bitcoin. Look at that index. Huge gap down today on that news. We'll see if it can fill the gap. Maybe a lot of people losing faith, and Ethereum is holding a lot tighter than Bitcoin is, although it is just trying to maintain its 50-day moving average here. Another issue, just want to take a look at the drilling contractor. I think it's going to have a big year in 2024. Sees earnings growing 200%. Right here, we got a long cup with handle. You can take a look at it on the weekly. It's building a handle here. It's a little tight action here. We'll just have to see if it can get any buying volume. We had one day yesterday, didn't really move too much, and now it's selling off today. In this area, Marathon Petroleum looks a little stronger. It's holding in this tight range as it's pulling back from its big move here. But let's go take a look and see what's moving today. A lot of these professional money managers can't move to cash. They have to be fully invested. Ross stores popped 19% earnings, 13% earnings surprise. I got a little volume here, but this is encouraging. Limbach Holdings provides construction and maintenance services, up 3.7%. Interesting. HubSpot keeps trying to fight a battle. It came after its earnings. It had a big sell-off. Wasn't the type of news that people were looking for, even though its earnings were up at 205%, 35% earnings surprise. still trying to fight a battle. We'll see if it can get back to its 50-day moving average at least. Also in technology, Perion Networks had a big sell-off here. Earnings came in at 65%, and it doesn't seem like with the bond interest rates putting pressure on this. We'll see if the bond drops off on the yield, if it can come back here. Eli Lilly popped over here on their earnings, and they just keep going strong. 0.77%. Seems to be getting a lot of support. Vertiv Holding, digital infrastructure for data centers. Very similar to Eli Lilly. Popped on its earnings. That was up 360%, a 56% earnings surprise. And as long as it can hold the bottom here, that's just a good sign. Has a little bit of a pullback, but with that big earnings pop, you would think some people would be taking their profits. Bluebird Bio, up 2.9%, but it's kind of a ugly kind of pattern. Tried to break out here and then sold off. Well, it is in a tight range here. We've had a number of red bars over here, something to look forward, and the blue bars are much lower than the red bars. Their earnings came in at 589% increase, made a profit of 44 cents versus a 9-cent loss. Earnings surprise is 78%. My screen keeps shutting off here. And Arch Capital Group, insurance, mortgage reinsurance, up 1.6%. Had a big selling day yesterday as bond yields rose. Just have to see if this has any momentum. And now let's switch over to where professional money managers are moving out of. Keys. This was in the news this morning. Look at that huge gap down 12.38%. Estee Lauder, believe they were in the news as well. They had sold off big, but they're rallying at the high of the day. But this has been kind of an ugly sell-off. Deere, and their earnings came in, and I guess it was not what people were looking for. Down 5% on its low for the day. They came up here to a breakout, and then they've sold off ever since. So a lot of red bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the blue bars are much lower than the red bars. That's a warning sign. Chesapeake Energy, it's selling off, still above its 200-day. Maybe just pulling back a little bit on oil price pullback. Relative strength is only 44, so this would be something you would want to look at anyway. And finally, JD gapping down a little over 5%. This is Chinese retailer. Off 3.63%. So as you can see, you can wake up one morning and if you only have one stock, could be dropped down 20, 30%. Not a fun feeling. This is why we always recommend the annuity. Helps you sleep at night and still makes good money. So that's our report for today. This has been Warnings with Michael for informational and educational purposes only. Hope you have a great Friday. Hope your week has turned out well. And we're here to support you financial goals if you need any support. Have a great day.